As we break into the halfway mark over the Europa League, which clubs are on their way through to the knockout stages and which clubs are on their way back home? We're going to take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Babbles Game on a prediction video today. We're for match number 4 in this year's Europa League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang it, all things Europa League related, Papa Rose related, World Cup related later this year. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Of course, it's getting spicy over in the Europa League, which, of course, clubs are going to guarantee their spots in, of course, the knockout stages, and which clubs are going to be going home or crashing into the Conference League. We'll see all about that in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get in the deep end and see how we got on. I did okay here, guys. 46 points. As you can see, I'm slowly flexing my prediction muscles here from 34 points, 42 points, and now 46 points. We'll take a look, of course, where that puts us in the league in a second. But, of course, we're going to recap the results right here right now. So make sure you smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, and, of course, get into it, of course. So here we go, then. Monaco against Trabzonspor, 3-1 it was, 2-0 win for me, 4 points in the bag. Meanwhile, Razgrad Belgrade over Fenerbahçe, 4-1 it was, 1-1 for me. Not too great on that one. Move on, move on. Meanwhile, Malmö did lose to Union Berlin, 1-0 loss there. I went with a 0-0 draw. Not good for Malmö either. HJK against Ludogorets Razgrad, 1-1 of course was the scoreline. 2-1 win was my pick. Shit show FC. There's Zürich, 5-1 demolition job. Well, they got turned over 5-1 by PSV. 2-1 win it was for me. Meanwhile, Omonia Nikosia got just about scraped over the, well, they just got beat narrowly by Man United. 3-2 of course over in Cyprus. 3-1 it was for me. 4 points in the bag as well. The Sheriff got turned over by Sociedad. 2-0 win it was. 2-1 win for me. Ain't too shabby. Meanwhile, Sturm Graz with a 0-0 draw against Lazio. I went with a 2-0. Got that one wrong. Freiburg did beat Nantes 2-0. I went with a 1-0. I played my booster on that one. Got myself 8 points on that. So pretty shit hot. I'm proud about that one. Olympiakos lost to Qarabağ 3-0 it was. 1-1 of course in my Olympiakos is just dog shit right there. Dog shit FC. Meanwhile, Braga against Saint-Gilloise. 2-1 win it was for the Belgians. I went with a 2-1 win for Braga. Shambles. Roma also could only muster a draw against Betis. I went with a 2-1 win for Betis. In fact, it was a 2-1 for Betis. I went with a draw. So good result for Betis over Mourinho. Fenerbahçe with a 2-1 win for Larnaca. I went with a 3-0. Rennes with a 2-1 win over Dinamo Kiev. I went with a draw. Arsenal 3-0 win over Bodø. Glimt 3-1 it was for me. And of course, I got this one bang on point here. 8 points. If I played my double here, I went with a 2-2. It was a 2-2, and I've got a pretty much excelente, of course. That's my pickaroos. Let's have a look at how it did in our own little league. I'm down. I'm fucking down. How am I down? I did 46 points. It's the best ever. Let's not look at the general right now. Let's look at the match number 3. Shambles. 72 points there for SO826. Hans Worst up there with 58. Look at the gap here, guys. Look at the gap. That can't be right. Hang on. Okay, this is match number 3. 72 points for that lad. Well done. Alex Weller, though, 58 points. Costas K, he's okay. And Nikosia and the rest of the stuff there. I'm down in 15th. 15th. Golly, I thought I did great. I did shite. I did actually probably one of the worst. James FC, though, did pretty shit. Kevin didn't do too great yet. But at 46 is not that good. Really, it's terrible. It's terrible. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard then. Let's break it to me gently. Where am I? I'm in 12th. So's up there with 163. Wow, what a scoreline. It's 40 more than me. He has to take a week off. Take a week off. Cut his internet. Cut his internet. Manu Casalas up there with 146. Philly 77 up there with 140. He's a non-mover. Costas K's up, though, as his hand's worst, into the top 5. Dirk's down. As is Douglas Horn, he's down. He's actually above me, though, that cheeky wee laddie. A lot of guys moving down here. Shepherd's up a little spots as well. But really, whew, he's kicking ass. He's kicking ass and taking names. Let's take a little look then at the tables then, shall we? Of course, let's take a look at it. Of course, Arsenal, 2 for 2. Of course, they've got a game in hand, haven't they? They've got to play PSV at some point, whenever that is. But, of course, Fenerbahçe. So, Bodø Glimt. Got it all to do, haven't they? Fenerbahçe doing AEK against Rennes as well. 7 points on the board for both of those two sides. They are, of course, cruising for Bruce. Remember, I think it's top side goes through to the next round. The second team goes into the bloody what's it. So third is out. Third is out and about. Meanwhile, Real Betis lead the charge over in Group C, 3 for 3. Ludogorets, Razgrad in second spot. Roma, of course, the winners of the Conference League last round, are in third. Saint-Gilloise lead the charge over in Group D. That's 3 for 3 for them. Braga, Union Berlin, and Malmö in that group. In a very, very tight, it's a good group to take a long look at it. What's going on with my bloody camera here, guys? What's going on here? Sort that shit out. Meanwhile, Sociedad lead the charge over in Group E, 9 points from a possible 9 there. Man United in second spot. Sheriff, Armenia, Nikosia down there, but of course yet to really get going. Feyenoord kicking ass over in Group F, actually level on points with everybody here. Midtjylland, Lazio and Sturm, Graz all on 4 points after 3 games played. Freiburg though kicking, they are dominating in Group G, 3 for 3. Qarabağ of course in second, but Nantes up there. Olympiakos who are shite. And in Group H, it's Azu, it's crazy down there. Fenerbahçe with 6 points, Monaco with 6 points, Trabzonspor and Red Star with 3 points so far. Let's take a look at, of course, the next round of games. If you want to get involved, there is a link in the description there. So we're going to go back in the deep end and we're going to go, of course, predict match days number 4. I'm going to start right here, right now. So give me a minute here. I've got to find it on my old my data. Where are you, Europa League? It's in here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. There we are. Let's jump into the deep end. Of course, we're going to kick it off with Qarabağ up against Olympiakos, of course, coming at you this coming Thursday. Qarabağ against Olympiakos. Let's get jump into the deep end then, shall we? Now, these two sides just played each other, of course. 83% form for Qarabağ right now, winning 5 on the bounce, of course. Haven't lost any of the last 35 home games up against Olympiakos side. Of course, just 25% form, just 1 win in 6. Of course, heading into this. Of course, it was a 3-0 win for Qarabağ and Olympiakos just the other day. Of course, Olympiakos did win over Altomorios Antheon in the domestic top flight over in Greece. They are taking on Crete this weekend. They're expected to win that game. As for Qarabağ, they're taking on Gabala. I'm sure they're expected to win that game as well. As for this game here, of course, right now, you got to back with a home form like that. You've got to back Qarabağ. And I might even do my booster. Oh, look at this. I'm going straight in there. Ain't mucking about. Playing the booster straight away. First game. 2-0 win for Qarabağ. Next, of course, we have Nantes up against Freiburg coming at you over in La France, of course. These two sides just play each other, but Nantes over that winning 5. 25% form over the last 6 games up against the Nantes side. Unbeaten in, sorry, up against the Freiburg side. Unbeaten in the last 6. Actually, they haven't lost in the last 9. 83% form over the last 6. Last time around, though, it was a 2-0 win for Freiburg in Germany. Nantes, though, of course, back-to-back losses for them. Just 1 goal scored over the last, I don't know, 4 games, something like that. Freiburg, though, looking pretty good for themselves. They're taking on Hertha Berlin this weekend. They're expected to win that game. Whereas Nantes taking on Rennes. They're expected to lose that game. A difficult one here, but Freiburg look good. And, of course, they want to keep that form going, both home and away, and, of course, domestically and in Europe. So, going to go a 2-1 win for Freiburg on this one. Saint-Gilloise, they're going to be taking on. They're going to be taking on Braga, of course, come at you over in Belgium. Now, these two sides have played each other just the one time. Gilloise, 83% form for them, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games for them, of course, winning 5 of the last 6. Against the Braga side, back-to-back defeat, 67% form for them over in Group D. Gilloise picked up a 2-1 win over Braga in Portugal last time around. They did also beat Oud heavily in, of course, the Juniper League over in La Belgium. Braga also lost to Porto not too long ago. They are taking on Chavez this weekend. They're expected to beat them games, of course, over in Braga. Gilloise taking on Sissel Bruges. Again, they're expected to win that game. So back-to-back home games coming at you for Gilloise. Got no odds though for this game right here, right now. And again, we've got to back Gilloise here on this one. 2-0 win for them. 3 points in the bag. And again, doing A-OK so far in the group, top of the table, 9 points of 9. I see that continuing into match number 4 as well. Kicking off always Betis up against Roma, of course, the reverse fixture over in Spain this time. Now these two sides have played each other twice, so 22-1. Of course, Real Betis winning twice of them, both of them. Real Betis, though, 5 wins of the last 6. 83% form for Pellegrini's side up against Mourinho. Of course, 3 for 3. 1-3 lost 3 over the last 6. 50% form, of course, heading into this match. Of course, last time played each other in Spain, it was a friendly. It was a 5-2 win for Real Betis. They also picked up a 1-0. Actually, they beat Roma last time around, but of course, taking on Valladolid this weekend. They're expected to just about win that game against Valladolid over in La Liga. Roma taking on Lecce over at the Stadio Olimpico, and they're expected to win that game as well. Got no odds right here, right now, but can Mourinho's boys bounce back? I can't see it, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with a draw, which might not be enough for them to really get themselves back in contention for a qualifying spot at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Larnaca up against Fenerbahçe, of course, going at you in Cyprus. Played each other just the one time. Of course, it was a win for Fenerbahçe. We'll talk about that shortly. Larnaca, though, 1-3 lost 3 over the last 6. 50% form for them. Up against Fenerbahçe side, unbeaten in the last 6 games. 83% form for them. Of course, it was a 2-0 win over in Turkey last time around. Larnaca, though, of course, picking up a 4-0 win over Famagusta over in the domestic top flight there in Cyprus. They're taking on Limassol this weekend on the road. I'm not too sure which way that will go. Let me know down below. Of course, Fenerbahçe taking on 5th Kamadjunic, of course, in the Superliga over in Turkey. Again, I don't know. I don't really know which way I'm going to go. I'm going to go 2-1 win, I think, for Fenerbahçe. 21% of the votes so far have gone with the Turkish outfit on this one. What do you think about that? Of course, Kiev up against Rennes, of course, coming at you in Ukraine. Is it? I don't really know what's going on with games in Ukraine. Are they in Ukraine? Are they not? Played each other 3 times, 2018, 2 was Kiev, 1 for Rennes, of course. Kiev, though, 33% form for them, winning twice in the last 6 because of Rennes' side, of course, unbeaten in the last 8 games, 83% form for them, of course. 2-1 it was last round in France. That was back in October the 6th, just the other day. Meanwhile, Kiev with a 3-1 win over Rennes. Last time they played each other over in Kiev back in November 2018. Rennes, though, did beat Strasbourg 3-1 it was, of course, in Ligue 1. That was before this game against Kiev. They're taking on Nantes this weekend. They're expected to win that game. As for Kiev, they beat Minaj, of course, over in the domestic top flight there. Of course, taking on Lviv, Ruka Lviv this weekend, and I'm sure they're expected to win that game as well. But of course, coming at you this one, tight one. I don't know where it's going to be at. I'm going to go for a draw myself, which of course Rennes are in 2nd spot right now. That'll be of course an 8th point on the board, and it's actually be the 1st point on the docket for Dinamo Kiev as well. Kicking off always Bodø Glimt, taking on Arsenal, of course, this time over in Norway. Now they played each other just the one time. Of course, Bodø Glimt 1-2 lost to and draw 2 over the last 6, 50% form for them right now. Up against the Arsenal side, winning 5 of the last 6, 83% form for them. Of course, last time around it was a 3-0 win for Arsenal over in London. Of course, they're taking on Liverpool this weekend. Big game. Of course, they're favoured to win that game though over Liverpool. Of course, big results for them. They actually scores 9 goals in the last 3 games combined. Up against the Bodø Glimt side, taking on Sarpsborg. They're expected to thrash them quite convincingly as well. Got no odds right here right now, and of course, Bodø Glimt at home are a difficult unit. I'm going to go with a draw myself on this one. In fact, let's make it a little bit more lively, shall we? Let's go for a 2-2 draw on this one, and of course put the points in the bag on that. So kicking on forward then, shall we? It's Feyenoord up against Midtjylland in of course a very tight group this time over in the Dutchlands. I played just the one time. Of course we'll talk about that shortly. Of course in Group F, Feyenoord 1-2 lost to and draw 2 over the last 6, 50% form for them. Up against Midtjylland unbeaten in the last 5, 58% form over the last 6. Of course it was 2-2 draw over in Denmark there just the other day. Of course Midtjylland, of course back-to-back draws for them, drawing with Viborg in the domestic top flight in Denmark. Taking on Aarhus this weekend. They're just about favoured to win that game. Up against the final side, taking on Twente this weekend, where they're expected to win that game as well. I haven't really looked at the Dutch league this league to see how my boys are getting on over there. Of course, I'm expecting the Dutchies to win this one. Going to go with a 2-0. 20% of the vote already gone with that scoreline. Let me know, of course, if you agree with me or not. Fenerbahçe taking on Red Star Belgrade, of course, coming at you over in Group H. Played just the one time. Of course, Fenerbahçe back-to-back defeats for them. 67% form heading into this. As for Red Star Belgrade, just one defeat past 6. 83% form for them heading into this. Of course, last time around it was a 4-1 win for Red Star over in Red Star. Of course, they also picked up a 4-0 win over Maldos Gat in the domestic top flight there. Actually just 1 goal conceded over the last 4 games for them. They are taking on Spartak in the domestic top flight there. Fenerbahçe are taking on Debreceni, of course, in the domestic top flight. They're expected to dump a load of goals on them as well. But of course, this is going to be a tough game. Going to go with a 0-0. Can't really separate 2 sides when, of course, playing in Hungary. Now, these two, next up, of course, we have Trabzonspor up against Monaco, coming at you over in Turkey. Now, these two sides, I played just the one time. 50% form for them for Trabzonspor. 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6 up against the Monaco side. Just 1 defeat in the past 6. 83% form for them. Of course, it was a 3-1 win last round over in Monaco. As Monaco come into this, they've scored, 10 goals in the last 3 games combined. Taking on Montpellier this weekend over in La France. They're expected to win that game. As for Trabzonspor, taking on Kaminspor, and they're expected to win the game at home. Back-to-back home games for Trabzonspor as they build up, of course, for this match. Tight game, of course. Going to go with a 2-1 win maybe for Trabzonspor. Their form is a little bit hinky, stinky. I just think Monaco will take an L on this one. It might not rule them out. It shouldn't rule them out from qualifying in one of the competitions whatsoever. But I'm going to go with a win for the Turkish outfit. Union Berlin up against Malmö, of course, coming over in Berlin, aka Germany. 1-3 lost 3 over the last 6. That's, of course, Union Berlin, 50% form for them. Up against the Malmö side, who only won twice in the last 6, 42% form for them heading into this. Of course, it was a 1-0 win for Berlin last round over in Sweden. Of course, Union Berlin taking on Stuttgart this weekend. They're expected to lose that game. Of course, their form is not great, even though they're doing A-OK in the top flight. Malmö taking on Värnamo in the domestic top flight over in Sweden. Again, got no odds really. Going to back, though, the German outfit. Just the 1-0 win for me. 31% of the vote have gone with that as well. Heading into this, kicking on forward. What have we got going on? We've got Ludogorets Razgrad taking on HJK Helsinki, of course, coming over in Razgrad. Played just the one time. 50% form for Ludogorets. 1-2 lost to and draw 2 over the last 6. Of course, without a win, though, in the last 4. Against the HJK Helsinki side. What we got? 58% form for them, winning 3 of the last 6. Of course, it was a draw last round over in Finland. And of course, Razgrad taking on CSK Sofia this weekend. They're expected to win that game. HJK Helsinki taking on Valakaskari in the top flight over there. They're expected to win that game as well. So both sides will come into this potentially on the back of a wins, but you've got to back the home side here. 2-1 win for Ludogorets Razgrad to take the 3 points and move the chains as well. PSV, of course, coming at you over, where are you? Can't even see you against Zürich. There you are, PSV Eindhoven, of course, coming at you this coming Thursday. played just the one time. PSV, though, 58% form, winning 3 of the last 6 games, of course, up against the Zurich side, without a win in the last 8% form for them, of course. It was a 5-1 win for PSV last round over in Switzerland. And, of course, the Dutchies are taking on Heerenveen on the road this weekend. They're expected to win that game. Just got basic odds on this one. Eindhoven expected to turn over Zurich here. But, of course, Zurich taking on Winterthur. They're expected to win that game over in the Swiss top flight. We've got to back the Dutchies on this one. Back the Dutchies with a 3-0 win. Yes, going to go with a win on them. 3 points in the bag, and away they go. Of course, second of the table at the moment over in their respective group. Sociedad taking on Trabzonspor, or whatever the heck they are called, not Trabzonspor. Tiraspol, of course, the Sheriff. Of course, Sociedad winning 5 of the last 6, 83% form for them. Up against the Sheriff side, 58% form, winning 3 times of the last 6. Of course, last time around, though, over in Tiraspol, it was a 2-0 win for Sociedad. Sociedad taking on Villarreal this weekend. They expected just about win that game. As for Tiraspol, they're taking on Dinamo Alto in the domestic top flight there. Tough one, this one. But a back in Sociedad here, 3-0 win, comfortable win, 3 points in the bag. Away they go. Into the final couple now. We've got Manchester United up against Omonia Nikosia, of course, coming at you at Old Trafford. Of course, now these two sides just play each other with a bit of a thriller. 5-goal thriller it was. United, though, 67% form for them, winning 4 of the last 6 up against Omonia Nicosia's side. That's a Neil Lennon side, winning twice of the last 6. 33% form for them, of course. 3-2 it was, of course, over in Cyprus. And United taking on Everton this weekend. Tight game. Expected to win that game. As for Omonia Nicosia, they're taking on AEK Limassol. Tight game, that one. Don't know which way that will go. But, of course, United are expected to win this one. I'm going to go big on this one. Neil Lennon with a bit of a pasting. 4-0 it was, or should be, to wrap it up. And then finally, we've got the last one in, and it's Lazio, who are the last one, taking on Sturm Graz over at the Stade Olympico. Played each other 3 times, turned 2 to 1 with a piece, of course, and 1 draw. Of course, Lazio just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them. Up against the Sturm Graz side, also 1 defeat at the past 6. Of course, last time around, it was a 0-0 draw over in Austria, and last time played each other over in Italy. Of course, it was a 1-0 win for Sturm Graz back in December 2002. Lazio taking on Feyenoord this weekend. They're expected to lose that game, whereas Sturm Graz taking on Tirol in the domestic top flight over in Austria, and they're expected to win that game as well. But we're going to back Lazio here. I'm going to go 3-1 scoreline, none the same. I already put my booster in, of course, at the top of the hour here with Qarabağ against Olympiakos. We'll go with that, and of course, that is my picks. Be sure to get your own picks as well. Of course, look forward to seeing what you got next time around. But until then, smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the little bell. But until then, guys and girls, we're done.